So very good evening. Good afternoon, everyone. आज we are gonna this time we are gonna learn to a further topic, and which is we can say uh, the most important whatever the topic till I then I thought you are the most important topics in Python. Okay, so you don't need to worry that whatever it is anyone neglecting or any part is been neglected. Every part whatever I taught you till now is the essential part, or you can say the reason why the Python is been famous. Okay, so here we come on the end topic, which will be divided in two parts. One will be done in today and another will be done in tomorrow. Is nothing but object oriented part. What we is talking about object oriented. This is a really an important topic, and this with the help of, if you are able to do these topics, you are you will able to understand what is object oriented, what is writing a big programs look like. Okay, so here we are on. So here we, before starting it again, add small description on my company, which is a build my project, which is nothing but way to automation. So our next slide. So we all have, we company in our company we focus on industrial project and training sector as well. So industrial project means we come up across industries, and here we get an industrial project, and we the same those who are explaining, or those who are doing an industrial project, those who have hands on industrial level projects, they are also the trainer as well. And we are equally balanced all the both the side of our sectors, where we have a more beneficiaries. So this is a vision and mission. What is this vision and mission? That we want to provide to all over the India to a newest technology of this world. So before that, newest technology, even not only for just for training people, we are here for the development of all India, to make India more progressive, learn better, and produce more better product than ever before in around the world. So these are some of the clients which we have workshop, more than 100 plus workshop delivered, including INITs, IITs, other private sector. Myself, I have went to more than 8 states, for more than 8 states, for you can say for this workshop as well. More than 8 states I have given my workshops on a different places as well. I'm not talking on a particular place. Within a states, I get some of the many times to the different places. We get from NIT Bhopal to Sahyadar University in Gujarat, from in Mumbai like IIT Bombay's NITs, and even though although before we are getting such things as well. So corporate clients are Reliance, Infosys, Technowork. We have college clients. We have a collaboration with them from IIT Bombay, IIT Kanpur, Ruya College, MNIT, VJTI, Somaya Vidya Vihar. These are some of the toppest college we have a collaboration, and we have given a workshop in that college. Okay, so we have school clients, because we also train school people as well. So from the international schools level, we have been training, and some of the projects and partners are Godrej, Minda, and Satyam as well. So these are the build my projects achievement, you can see on a newspaper as well. It's not in just one language, it is from English, Hindi, Marathi, Tamil, Telugu. Means we have been approaching all over the India for a different sectors, and showing our personality with the expertise on hands on whatever we get. Okay, so and here what the basic domains are. One of the basic domains are workshops. We conduct workshop which is include all over the India. We take school robotics also. We focus on industrial level projects, prototypes, designing them, making the prototype for them, and making into a production as well. Just kids as well. Kids training, we also do kids training. We also provide internship in our company as well. FDP is nothing but training. We train corporate sector as well. Means even our domain is not even limited to just training the students. but we train from a very kindergarten student, from a robotics from kindergarten, not kindergarten, but from a first to fifth pre-primary student, pre-primary students, where we train from them to the corporate level. So you can see from pre-primary, secondary, higher secondary, and engineering students, then higher engineering students, and corporate people, corporate legends. We train every sector of people. So this shows that this shows that what is the versatility of these new technologies, that people are so eager to learn. We train from small kid to the corporate level people, and this is the dynamic city of our company, which help us to grow more faster. You can say grow more better. So these are the technologies we are working right now. It's more than 50 technologies are there in our company. We are working right now, and this is how it's happened. And are some of the most trendy technologies. You, if you Google any, you will see these are the technologies which is now we have a very much, very much allowance. You can say very much a part, or you can say very much enthusiastic training technologies. And within that, for we started this time only as a study from home in a quarantine time for the lockdown. So started with our most favorite with the Python one, because Python is required for IT sector as well, and it's required for most of the sectors. So we started with the Python, giving a whole 7 day courses, and this is how you can say sixth lecture, sixth to fifth to sixth lecture we are working on now. So sixth lecture, and this is a Python. So we are gonna perform, we are gonna give many of them such type of the expert, you can say expert training sectors around there. So this is a part of it, how it's gonna done. Okay, so this is the part what we are going to suppose. So let's start. Without wasting time, let's continue. Let's wait a second. So without wasting time, let's continue. So what we were talking yesterday, we just have a very small, quick revise, that we yesterday talked about the functions in Python. A function is a reusable modular. Function is a reusable modular code to perform a specific function. Built-in function, user-defined function. What is a user-defined function? Used as a def. We docstring function. We tried an arguments with the parameters. We saw different type of parameters and argumentations, and we saw the how to function our name differently, right? So we came across from across this all 6 days, like from simple Python, how to from installation to the to writing a function itself. Now we are gonna perform on object orientation. We're gonna perform on object orientation. So let's see, our topic is object orient object orientation. So what is this basically object orientation we are talking about? What are we prefer? What we think about this object orientation? Actually, why the reason first we need to know object orientation came in this picture. If you are a fan of C, or if you have ever learned before C, so you will see that the codes were be performed by line in a sequence matter, right? But there was no security for the data within the program itself. If you see, then the data from, if the program is been written from one part to the another part, and if you are trying to trying to collab two codes at the time, then we will see we are getting some of the errors due to the data is being corrupted from one part to another part. So if we are using this object oriented, you can see the object oriented, this makes our object means object like a packet. This packet, this packacity is being called as object orientation. Here the uh, here the data within that object or within that code, which we call it as a global variable, and the and the private variable, what private variable, what we are calling those things, we will learn about this. Okay, we will go very slowly. We don't I think so giving a definition as well now, it will create a bit confusion and after, because again and again those are part are divided into different parts, like class and object, encapsulation, polymorphism. So we will be going according to that instead of just telling you how this is going to happen. So just remember, this object is nothing but making a code within a box. Making a code within a box so that your data should not be compromised. Your data should not be compromised. Understand this thing? And first as well, we will start with our very first topic is class and objects. Class and object. In Python classes, in Python classes, class is a Python object with the several characteristics. What is a class? Class is a Python object with several characteristics. We can call a class as it were a function, and this call return a new instant of the class. A class has arbitrary named attributes that can be found, unbound, or referenced. Okay, let's. I will instead of this giving, instead of giving, let's. I need. I think I need should write this thing. Okay, so class has arbitrary. Okay, let's. I will start. Try to write with the first. I think. I'm just typing it. I'm not reading anything. I will first type it and give you the first note. This is really important notes because you need to know what the class and object means. So we'll try to see what this object and class is, and after that we will try to do and try to read and think about it. Okay. So I will first give this is really important. So we'll do it this first. Okay, so this is how it looks like your class, what the class's definition is look like. This is a syntax, you can say. I name it as a definition because this is not, you can say, it's not like a syntax. It's like actual the formula. It's like how to write a formula. This is a way to write a formula itself. It doesn't have any proper conjugation. So I written it as a definition. You can take it as a syntax also. That's also fine with me if you want in a way you want. But just I don't come up with the errors like a syntax error for this is syntax is syntax has been called, you can say syntax has a particular you can say particular prepositions that it is in or it's going to for or it is going to refer, but this is giving a name to something, right? You're giving a name to any class, trying to write a name to any function itself. So don't need to call it a syntax. If you want to, if you still get error on as a syntax error, then this is also fine. Everyone has a own perspective. I have for this one, so I have given this name this way. Okay, so class definition is like function definitions, def statements. This is class definition, like I had defined the class. It is also same as the definition what we learned previous on functions, right? So this just like a definition, it must be executed before they have any effect. Class created a keywords class. Class is nothing but this class is for the keyword. It's like a keyword, just like a def, it's for a keyword. So okay, the statement are usually function definition. The statements are being usually being function definition. The function definitions inside a class normally have a particular order form of argument list because calling of a method. The we can write you can say we can write a class to represent the properties, attributes, and action behavior of an object. Properties can be represented by the variables, action can be represented by the method. Hence the class contains both variables and method. What are variables? Instance variable, static variable, local variable. Method: instance method, static method, class methods. A reference is a, a reference is a name that refers to a specific location in a memory of a value and object. A class object supports two kind of operation: attribute reference, instantation. Attribute reference, you can say, if I'm talking about attributes, you may be coming across with this name what this attribute means, right? So let's see, we're gonna perform reference. Okay, references, an an attribute, an attribute of object classmate that is object. Let's see, if I try to write another word, then you can see an attribute of an object is denoted by a reference to the object followed by a period. And followed by identifier called the attribute name. Okay, so that is the class name dot name refers to the attribute of object class name. Okay, so what this is, what an attribute is, let's go with before let's go with directly in this is attribute reference. So we will directly, instead of taking on so much definition which you won't get it, so directly go on, let's go on this example. So we will try to see examples over there. Okay, and we will see all the type of methods or built-in functions whatever we get to see over here. Okay, so let's go on our class. So again I will start where I ended last time again. So this, okay, so let's take, I will create one class, and is nothing, this class is nothing but class. If I try see class demo, and after we always need to write those strings, right? So we'll try to write, let's take, I try something, a string demo. What is this demo for? Demo of attributes, attribute reference. Okay, let's take any a equals to, I take some value, a equals to 102030, and I create a list within that, and I get the value, and what is the string stands for brackets, a comma b comma c comma. Okay, so def fun. So this is a function called self. Okay, for self return, I would like to take it as it's only single quote, so you don't get confused between docstring and those. Return python. Okay, so what we'll try to do, return python, which has been defined. So I will try to print my class demo, my class demo dot a. Okay, so what is this class demo? You can see there are coming more and more list, for list is coming, for that list I should get printed. It's coming for function, that self function what I have derived for an a as a variable. So see, east they are coming as, this is what is this called, coming in a pink a. This is nothing but an I derived a declared, and this is f is coming in definition form, which is coming in a yellow because I use the definition. So let's see this, what this print give me the value. Okay, so what here is been printed only a. So here if you see, if we call just like a previous, if would have I called the whole class demo, then a list and everything was were printed over here, right? Only the only printed. So I just given, I didn't give any print function, you can say any printing value within those class. So anything will run, it will won't come any error, you can say, or it won't give any result. So I just tried to print something from that class, that if there is a class, so within that class can I derive any object, or can I derive data from the help of this calling that function, or you can calling that class. So I tried, or I wrote the name of that class, and from that if I wanted something, any value, then I can get in a this way. Okay, if I try to write print class demo again, class demo dot yes, this time I try to write list. I need to print my list, so I'm getting the value list very well. So let's see what comes when I use that I used to call the definition. A class is like a definition but not definition. Let's see how it works. Dot function. Okay, you can select directly from here as well, so it's totally fine with me, or you can say fine with you all, totally fine. So you can see function call add c000 return demo. Return hello python fun at 000. This is the address where this python self is been written. Okay, you will understand it further if you go a bit deeper. You understand the how the why this value is been printed. You can even decode this with the help of your address, and I will tell you how it do. So okay, so if I want to change something from my class, so I just need to write class demo dot a, let's say equal to, I can change with a number. The number can be changed, but can I change with a string? Can I can i change with a string? Let's say Saurabh. Okay, I'm trying to change that value with those with the help of string. Okay, so and I will try to write the print class demo and see what after changing is there any change or not. If is there any change, if there is not change, a will be printed again with the a. If there is any change, then the Saurabh will should be printed over here the answer of a. Okay, class demo dot list 2. Let's try something. Let's change that part. I will use f. Okay, I just change that part. Print demo, print class demo dot list. So we will see that it's did if we can create this and we can print, we can take out the values from those, but can we change the values from this class or not? We'll try to see that. See, as you see over here, the see over here, first that is printed even 30 means this are running properly. So the effect of this line is been done after the this three lines is been executed. Means, so if this all line together is been executed, then there is a problem. There will be came up with the problem that then which a should be given for the choice, that a is been written for the first one, or the a should be written after the Saurabh, which should be printed or which should be assigned, like a number a which is assigned previously, or a number or a string which has been assigned after that in the changeable. So this is a very great thing about Python, that it runs line by line. What does it do? It run line by line. So instead of taking all together and running it together, it come across, it try to take everything one by one. This helps them to not to corrupt the, you can say uncorrupt, not uncorrupt, not to corrupt the data which is been stored afterwards or before as well. So whenever you need to, if you can still change the again and again and again and again, it depends totally on your code. But the combined code won't be running if there is a something combine method, or say if there is a combined logic within your code, which requires all code to be self, or you can say all code to be think together, so it may give a glitch. Otherwise, if till then you are using only one line codes, or you are using mostly 2 or 3 line codes as well, so you don't require 2 or 3 lines means code. This is print classmate dot list, it is a one line code, right? So if I'm using this 2 line code means def return, so this is a 2 line code. So the more your lines are coming with, the more you get error. Nothing to be discussed or nothing to be irritated. This is nothing but just a part of programming as well. If you have a strong base, just like what I'm teaching, if you're able to learn, or you are continuing with the practicing stuff, your base is strong enough, and if your basic is strong enough, then you won't get error while doing big projects as well. Okay. So let's see one more project. Let's see one more think about this. Now this is done. This class has been done with an object. Let's try to see that what is an object, right? I create one object which is equal to class demo. Okay. Hmm? And print my object. See what is the big difference between a definition and a class and object thing. What is a big difference is this what I'm doing now, that you can even shift the name from a class demo to the give it to an object, and it is been stored within an object and won't um, and the data will not be compromised still. Okay. Dot a. Let's see what is the value of this now. See, it is giving the same value as the previous one, so we won't be trying go with everything, because instead of class demo, now you have to write everywhere as object. So this is your homework for this class, that you need to try with this as I did with an object. So you have to you have your whole video, you can stop, you can see, you can replace this object with a class demo in a previous code, and try to do it, and try to do yourself, see is it coming or not, and what is the error if you are coming across it. Okay. So move further, let's see what else we can create. Can I create a class with just a one word? Can I create a class with just the one word? Is it possible? Let's see, it will give me an error or not. Can I define a function name with one word as well? Is it possible or not? That we will see that too. Okay. I given the name object. Object should be after, not within the class, otherwise it won't work properly. I mean, we didn't, because we first try to write this, and we'll see why it should not be inside. Okay, we'll try to see the error as well. Mummy, excuse me guys, this is excuse me. Mummy, Sujal, जल्दी बाहर आ. सिलेंडर है. guys, I'm at home, so you can understand the situation. Just the cylinder game arrived here, so I need to call. Sorry for the interference. We move further and see what this C dot C will be called C dot C T. Okay, print this 2030. See, I may have used the calling function as a C, but here I just printed only two part, which is object of C and object of C as well. So C dot C object and C dot C are data attributes. What are they called? C and object C. What are those? You can see these both are called data attributes. Method attributes. So these are nothing but method attributes. What is so why this both are data attributes, but one more you need to think know that this is with instance. This is with instance, and this one is without instance. Okay, you can see what this I'm trying to say. If I just okay, this with instance and this with the without any instance. Like if there is nothing C, I have given any value. So if I need to give any value within the C from within the value, so what I will try to do, I will try to give this value within the C as well. Okay, so I can in this class, the class is a this is a function of the class which is made different from the definition, that you can even derive, or you can say even push the data from outside to even within the class, right? From outside even within the class you can push those data as well, and no need to do only that within the class. If I had different class the one, so I cannot add anything within that, but this will create one of the best object, that deleting an object b deleting an object b. So you can call, you can give the object c. Okay, so you can delete, you can create one object p, you can delete as object c, you can give one object c as well. Okay, so try to do this. So even if you given a value, or if you assign the c to object as well, still you can use still you can give the name to that as well. So if an example, if I'm still not giving any value to c, and if I try to do this, is it going to work? Yes, it is still is going to work. That c dot c is nothing but 30. Okay, that c is nothing but which what will be the name of the class, and the c will be the attribute without instance which will be given to the c, added to the c, and that after that c will be get printed. Understood everyone? So we'll move further. We will see method attributes. In a Python, a method is an object. A method is an object. All the def functions defined in a class define corresponding method of its instance. Examples of object of is a valid method object, since the def is def function was created in a parent C definition. What is this parent and child thing? We move further and we'll see. Accessing a instance. Let's see this with directly with all our example as well. So we'll create a one more class. We'll create a one more class which will be called as department. This is a big bit. It is a bit large one, so this will clear up more of the doubt, and we will see some of the new functions within this. So department based classes. Let's give it name as just nothing but department based classes. Class only. So def, and now here I'm gonna use init function underscore 2 times underscore in it underscore. Now here we use self, okay, self comma d name, department name, comma d location, department location, and we will what need to this self dot d name equals to d name. Okay, self dot d lock equals to d lock. This is nothing but you are giving the value. What you are doing, you are giving the value. I'm not just, we are taking let's say as an input as something. Okay, we are not giving any value, we are taking as input as something within that. Okay, and so here department I will try to see, we will call that function department dot dep dcnt. No need to worry, this look like a very large or tricky, but it is very simple. Just if you come with me, I will if you are with me, then I will able to explain you very well. Okay, so def again total department self print so this person, what should be this percentage, should be this percentage nothing, should be department. Display the employee, that is also self. Display emp, hello, that's it, employee and self. And what I want to print, the d name. It should be department name where it came from. will just make a bit font slow. Okay, so this will print your D name and this will print the location. This will print the location of that cell. Whatever this definition is for us calling init function. Init is for input, and this will take a name of your function name, and it will count the department from how many department you have been counting, and this the employees whatever that you are representing will be plotted over here. Okay, so let's see now. Here we have completed our class. Let's try to call it department 1. It's object name, and here is my class department finance. This is a name of my D name, and where is the location. Let's see, let's try to say location Mumbai. Okay, let's try to run this. Okay, I didn't sorry for that. I just at dp sent I have used I didn't, so sorry for this. I was just typing into so much, so I just forgot that. Okay. So it's working properly. So finance, this is I have used for. So this is a class and object. This is how it happens. Okay. So now I will teach you about some of the more attributes. What are attributes? Some, let's see, a hash attribute. A hash attribute tpt comma dname. Okay, let's try to do. This will return true if the dname attribute exists. This will return true if the to name department exists. Depth is not defined. dpt, it's dpt1. Yeah. Hence, if the is this should be, I think, hash attribute, it is showing that dpt1 is been working fine. It will return true. It's not giving any value. It because I not written any print or something over here. It will just see that the is it working or not. So it will basically return the true value. Okay, it will just return the true value, nothing else. Okay, so let's see, there is one more get attribute. See, get at dpt1, and I will try to use that. dpt1 tluck, and this will return the tluck. This will return the tluck attribute for, and there is one more attribute which is nothing but set attribute. What this will do, and one, this will change the location. It will set the location from Hyderabad, from Mumbai to, let's take any other place like a Chennai. So instead of a Hyderabad, we will write Chennai. So basically what this will do, this will set the attribute at set the attribute at 25. Okay, so we will see one more. This will change the attribute from Mumbai to Chennai. And so let's see the last one, which is one more attribute. It's called delete attribute. Delete attribute, this will delete our attribute. This should delete the attribute dlock. Okay, so this is how the class dependent work. Yeah, this is really twisting and really hard to understand, very confusing to. This is happened for the first time. Maybe we will try to see one more examples with department only. Now this time we will see the with an output function as well, so there won't be any problem. Okay, let's keep this was just throwing to attribute. Let's keep the all part same, and let's try to do, and let's try to print something from this. Let's see what is the name is been printed over here. Okay, so this will be our nothing but this will be our first to thing to print. So let's see what is the name is been printed over here. So we try to see that. So department, what is the name or name of the class? It is department, right? What is the name of the class? It is department. And let's see, we'll try something else. What else we can print from that? Let's say what is a module. And dot, and here is our module. Let me print this. And here is a main is our main module. Okay, let's see, let's try it with another thing. Not a module. We have, let's see the basis. see the basis of it. Mm-hmm. Hmm. So you can see the object is class and object. We have defined as in class and object. What is the basis of this? What is the basis of this? Whole content of the code is nothing but class and object. Okay. So this is nothing but the information of whatever you have done till now. Okay. Means within this code. Department dot, and if you want to see where this dictionary is been saved, you can say directory. Okay, so this is will create sorry, what was the mistake. Okay, so this will run and we will see the directory, and this is the directory where it is been stored. Okay, now what is this int now we come across the department, we try to do all this. Now let's see what is this init function, why I am giving you this init function. It creates a new instance of a class and assign the object of a local variable object. Before knowing an instantiation to know about self and int methods, old style method was init, the new style method is new. Okay, so we are using here a old style method which is a init method. So what is init method, right? When running a Python program, a call to that class, that is a class name with a couple of enclosure after it with at least a zero argument inside the parenthesis. This process known as a creation of a new instance of a class happens if an old style of a creation is called as an constructor. What is it called as a constructor? Yes, I didn't define you about this, that we are gonna listen about constructor. We need you to figure it out. What is the we are learning is nothing but a constructor. It returns only none value. What does it returns? It returns only none value. If return object is it will raise with a type error. It will raise with a type error. It will raise like a type error, but it won't return any value. What it will do? It won't return any value as well. So here is example class are given one argument to, let's you can take n numbers of argument within the class name. So the instance creation called as a instantaneous is handled by init or a constructor method. First step to create is an empty dictionary attribute that will contain the instantaneous value. Second step calls the constructor. The list of argument for this calls always have a special argument self the instance followed by whatever arguments were used in the initial call. The third step execute the constructor method. The constructor will set up a new instance attribute by assignment of this form. Self dot argument question equals to expression. Self dot argument 2 as an expression. The final step finishes the constructor. Executing the instance is returned to the constructor caller. Okay, return to an constructor caller. So what is self in a Python, right? We discussed about int. What is an int? Now what is a self in Python? A class method have a one different form of ordinary function, that is the self added to the beginning of the parameter list is called class method, but we don't give a value for this parameter. When you call the method, Python will provide it. The self is a particular variable refers to object itself. By convention it is given by a name, by a name self. If you give any name for this parameter, the IDEs can help you use the self. In another language, the equivalent Java, C Sharp, and the C++ is a pointer. In other languages, it is called pointer. It is been self. Okay, so let's we see a small example for the self. You can copy this. After that, let's see a small example on self class, and we will give this name as self class only because we are going to learn about self class. Okay, so define init self comma area comma volume. Very simple one. I'm not going with a difficult one. I'm going with a simple one. Okay, so self, yourself will you will give the me and a, which is nothing, r, which stands for what, area. Hmm? And self dot, let's say I will take a volume which will stand for wall, which is nothing but a volume. So what's my class name basically? I will give it as a CV equals to self class, self class. Okay, and I will give it a two value, area and volume. So let's take a 3.0 comma 2.0. It's my volume. Okay, okay, now what I will try to do, I will print that object dot r, and I need a space within that, space comma cv dot. Okay, so this is self. So I will try to run this. See, 3 comma 2, whatever the value I have given to that area, which is why r is stands for area, v is stands for volume. So if I given to value to r, which will be 3, which is v and equal to self, so volume and which will be automatically recognized by this. Is nothing but an advanced form of giving a definition, but with the help of definition creating a class. This is how a self works. So you can see, or you can even able to collaborate, or you can see, you can compare with this with a previous example, so you will be able to understand this. Okay, so this is was enough for today's class. So as you can see, this was actually we are learning about the class and object. Now we will learn about polymorphism and encapsulation in a next lecture. We will see how this big instance is been going to work, how this big it is, because in future where we will be providing you a paid lecture, and here we will be providing you a paid lecture. Here we will be providing you a paid lecture where in paid lecture we will be dealing with a deep Python. What will be dealing with a deep Python field. We will try to we will take around more number of hours with a more number of days, and we will learn with a more number of practicals, and we will provide a more deeper knowledge, or you can say more, it just is like having a more number of practice, and this will be done by industrial expert as well. And at the same time there won't be any one person, we will be having 2 or 3 person doing with just one live version, because someone need to be solving up at the same time my doubts, and someone need to follow you and take your advantages, so that it will be given provided properly. Okay, so all the facilities will be done within that function. So we are setting up we are setting up that thing early as soon as possible. Everyone is working on that system still now, so this is something we need to be providing, and next lecture will be totally most totally wonderful, because today, as you I know, I was not in a that good shape. I'm really sorry for that, because as you can understand, this coronavirus is coming out, and I had a lot of work today as well. So we'll be moving further, and we will be teaching encapsulation prevention in very interesting format. So thank you for today's lecture, and I will end my stream today. I will end my today's stream.